Bayer stage here on day one at the Bayer Crop Science Together We Rise virtual experience, where right now it's time for our second live session of the day and the last session before today's VIP happy hour, which means it's a chance for you to take another step on the road towards winning this year's commemorative prize package. Remember, it only takes 2 steps to get a brand new Carhartt vehicle organizer shipped to your front door. To see where you stand on getting the organizer, just visit the Together We Rise information dashboard, which you can find by clicking on the menu in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Okay, now that I've told you all that good stuff, it's time to hear some more good stuff about the innovation technologies and products that are working their way down the Bayer pipeline. So please welcome the traits teams.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today for the Bayer Innovation Town Hall. My name's Brandy Cullen and I'm the Traits Marketing Communications Manager. I'm here today with Megan McCoy, the Soybean Traits Marketing Manager, and Travis Kaufman, the Corn and Regional Marketing Manager. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks, Brandy, for having us. You know, I'm really excited to be here today to share with our audience information about the next big thing. Today I'm going to talk about XtendFlex soybeans, XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology, and our pipeline products.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to touching on Smartsex Pro technology for corn, as well as Thrive-On technology for cotton, and we'll touch on some pipeline things as well. So looking forward to it.
Great. So we're going to cover what Megan and Travis said here. I've got some questions that we've gotten from customers, and we're going to cover those here. So let's jump right in. So Megan, this first question goes to you. It's from Daniel in Kentucky, who wants to hear about XtendFlex soybeans and why he should plant them on his farm.
Well, I'm really glad Daniel asked that question, because XtendFlex soybeans are our next big thing. And when I think about XtendFlex soybeans, there's really 3 benefits that I think of. And those are triple stack tolerance, greater flexibility, and built on proven performance. So let's take a little bit deeper dive into what those benefits provide us. First off, triple stack tolerance. XtendFlex soybeans have triple stack tolerance to 3 herbicides. So dicamba, glyphosate, and now glufosinate. This triple stack tolerance gives farmers yet another option to drive and protect their yield potential. Secondly, greater flexibility. So with the triple stack tolerance I talked about before, so the triple stack tolerance, so dicamba, glyphosate, and now glufosinate, it provides more flexibility for our farmers and those pre and post-emergent applications to manage those tough to control weeds like water hemp, Palmer amaranth, mare's tail, and other tough to control weeds that we have on our farms. And then third, proven performance. I'm excited to share with you that XtendFlex soybeans are built on the proven performance of the Roundup Ready 2 Xtend soybeans. I know many of you guys have experienced Roundup Ready 2 Xtend soybeans on your farm, and we're really excited that XtendFlex is built on that proven performance. So when I think about XtendFlex soybeans and I put all of those benefits together, XtendFlex soybeans are built on the proven performance and also provide more flexibility. And also, farmers are getting the latest and greatest from the Roundup Ready Xtend crop system. XtendFlex soybeans work seamlessly with, PowerMax herbicide, XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology, and glufosinate herbicides such as Liberty. And Brandy, there's no reason, there is, a reason why we call it the next big thing. And I'm really excited for farmers to experience the yield they want and the choices that they need.
Yeah, that's awesome when you talk about the triple stack tolerance there. So this next question is from Tori, and he wants to know about the approval that we experienced with XtendFlex soybeans and what that means.
Okay, so back in September, we received European Commission authorization for XtendFlex soybeans. And with this authorization, what it does is provides us the opportunity to have a full-scale launch in the US and Canada here in the 2021 season. And what does this mean for farmers and for yourself? So what that means is farmers are able to plant XtendFlex soybeans here in the coming months for the 2021 growing season. And farmers will have more flexibility and herbicide choice to manage their unique weed control challenges on their farm with XtendFlex soybeans. If you're interested in planting XtendFlex soybeans here in the coming months, please reach out to your local Bayer representative to find out where you can purchase XtendFlex soybeans.
Yeah, that launch was really big news for Bayer last year, and I was glad I got to be a part of that. It was very exciting for us. The next question here is about yield and what a farmer could experience in 2020 with XtendFlex soybeans.
So I'm really glad you asked that question, because in 2020, we had really strong results in both agronomics and yield. In 2020, we had a stewarded introduction launch of XtendFlex soybeans, where in limited geographies, farmers could experience XtendFlex soybeans in a stewarded environment. But we also had a very robust trial plan. We had internal and academic trials. We also had market development trials, where we tested XtendFlex soybeans against competitive products. As you can see in this map, our trials covered a lot of ground with a variety of different growing conditions. And when we look at the performance of XtendFlex soybeans, the top volume products in our 2020 germplasm trials won over 70% of the comparisons against Enlist E3 soybeans, and are delivering a 4+ bushel per acre advantage against Enlist E3 in those trials. I'm very excited for farmers to plant and harvest XtendFlex soybeans this season so they can experience the strong results of XtendFlex soybeans on their farm.
Great, so we talked about yield, we talked about the approval. So now Jason in Iowa wants to know about availability and what that looks like for 2021.
Sure. So when I think about availability, I think about Bayer's substantial investment they've made into the XtendFlex soybean portfolio. Our portfolio will deliver both strong agronomics and high yield potential. We have built a supply plan that will meet the market demand for the 2021 growing season. And XtendFlex soybeans will be available in all maturities, from maturity group 0 to group 7. And we're excited to share that XtendFlex soybeans will be available in our Bayer branded products and also in some of our independent licensee brands.
Great, so we've been talking about the seed part of the Roundup Ready Xtend crop system, but let's get into the chemistry part. Can you tell us a little bit about the XtendiMax label and what that entails for the next 5 years?
I sure can. So for this upcoming season, our label with XtendiMax herbicide with vapor grip technology will be different than it was previously. And with our new label that we received back in October from the EPA, it is stronger than ever, and it is 5 years. And we are very excited to have a 5-year label. With this new label, what it does is provides additional measures to further reduce the potential for off-target movement. And it also further strengthens our registration. And some of those additional measures that are added to the label is the inclusion of an approved volatility reduction adjuvant. We also call it a VRA as an acronym, so you may see that as well. But what this tank mix does is it further reduces the potential for off-target movement. And we're really excited about this new label. There's some, we've also added an ease of use into our new label, which provides an opportunity for it to be easier to read and understand. And I really urge farmers to visit our website to learn more about XtendiMax herbicide with vapor grip technology, and that website is roundupreadyxtend.com. And I also encourage farmers to visit our website of our application requirements website, which is XtendiMaxApplicationRequirements.com. And as we're approaching the spring, I encourage growers to take our mandatory training to become a certified applicator, and they can do that at roundupreadyxtend.com/training.
Yeah, that training's really important for the success of XtendiMax herbicide. Plus, how convenient now. I mean, we've been virtual for a while and it's available online, so that's great. So now we're going to shift over to Travis for Smartsex Pro. So this question comes from Shay in Illinois. Tell us about Smartsex Pro technology and what this means for planting.
Yeah, thanks, Brandy. We've been getting that question a lot, but it never gets old to talk about Smartsex Pro because it's our new innovative trait that we're bringing to the marketplace for corn rootworm protection. And it's right around on the horizon, so we're really excited about bringing Smartsex Pro to the marketplace and what it's going to bring to growers. But before I dive into what Smartsex Pro is and how it works and all of that, I'd like to talk a little bit about where we stand today. And we're excited to share that we've got recent China approval on our third generation corn rootworm product. So what this means is we now have the authorizations to commercialize Smartsex Pro in 2022 in the US. So for 2021, what we're doing is we're ramping up our testing, our commercial testing, our market development on farm testing, and also our volumes so that we can make sure that we get product out to growers to really showcase Smartsex Pro in 2022.
That's great, Travis. So can you expand a little bit on that enhanced testing and what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. So this testing is going to provide us validation for the product placement recommendations. So what ultimately we want to do is make sure that we put the right hybrids or the right products on the right acres. And with that, we'll be looking at the agronomic fit and the geographic fit so that we get those products in the right spots.
Great. So the billion-dollar question for the billion-dollar bug is, what does this technology offer when we think about corn rootworm?
Yeah, Smartsex Pro is really exciting. We see it as the next generation of corn rootworm protection, and it's the first product in the industry that's can provide 3 modes of action for corn rootworm protection. So it builds on the Smartsex technology that growers now are using and love, but it also has a unique RNAi mode of action that offers improved control of corn rootworm, and it spans a range of pressures and protects your plant's roots and ultimately your yield potential as well. But in addition to corn rootworm, Smartsex Pro technology will also have the same benefits of SmartStax technology for other pests like corn earworm, corn borer, fall armyworm, black cutworm, etc. So lots of good opportunities with Smartsex Pro and fits on other growers' farms.
So farmers have a lot of options. What sets Smartsex Pro apart from the others?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that earlier, and really what it comes down to is Smartsex Pro is going to be the strongest biotech defense for corn rootworm in 2022 when we commercialize it, according to all the trials that we've done. So it's going to combine the proven benefits of Smartsex technology that growers know and love, but it's got that additional RNAi-based mode of action as well. So when you combine it all together, it's got a broad spectrum of control for above ground pests and below ground pests, as well as the tolerance to glufosinate and glyphosate. And then, yeah, I just pass it over to you, Brandy.
Awesome, yeah, so that's really great to hear. We're really excited about this new product. Bayer has a lot of things coming down the pipe, so I'm gonna have you guys tag team these next set of questions here. But we're going to stick with Travis first. So Scott in Nebraska asked he's been hearing a lot about short stature corn. So he wants to know how that can help him on his farm.
Yeah, short stature corn or short corn is something that we're extremely excited about as well. And we've been getting a lot of questions around it. So glad to talk about the next evolution in growing corn. It's exactly what it sounds like though. The stalks are several feet shorter. The normal corn out there in the marketplace today, and it's just going to put control and opportunity back in the grower's hands. You can see on the slide that I'm showing is just a couple examples of what short corn looks like. On the left side, you can see the shorter plant type versus the taller, and then there's a couple other examples where you can see the access that you're going to get with short corn as well that I'll touch on here in a second.
That's super exciting stuff, Travis. What about some benefits with short stature corn?
Yeah, when I think of 3 benefits for short corn, I first think of protection. And what it's going to do is ultimately reduce crop loss potential to wind damage from green snap and lodging. The second is access, and we touched a little bit on that, but with short corn, growers are going to have season-long access to the crop. So what they're going to be able to do is optimize their disease, pest, weed, and nutrient management as well, to ultimately, and the final benefit that I see is higher yield stability and yield potential. So you'll have improved harvestability, minimized yield loss, and through lodging and green snap, and ultimately being able to optimize your inputs as well. And then one thing I forgot to mention is we've also got many more benefits from short stature corn as well, and we've seen some stewardship opportunities and sustainability opportunities, and ultimately there's a lot more benefits for short corn as well that we haven't seen, and we're looking forward to putting the technology on growers' farms here early to mid this decade and really showcase what short corn can do.
Awesome. So we're going to switch gears, but still sticking with Travis. So this question is about cotton. We're hearing about a new cotton trait coming from Bayer. So can you tell us when growers can experience this?
Yeah, we're touching a little bit on Thrive On technology, and for those that haven't heard about Thrive On technology before, it's our unique biotech trait that's going to be the first in the industry to provide season-long protection against key tarnished plant bugs and thrip species. So it's going to also may help reduce insecticide applications for those pests and providing a little bit more management flexibility as well. And then Bayer plans on making this trait stack available with a full stack of BollGuard 3 Thrive On with XtendFlex technology. So for those that are experiencing BollGuard 3 XtendFlex right now, you will now have the benefit of adding this new trait Thrive On technology to that to help against those key tarnished plant bugs and thrip species as well. And then from a 2021 standpoint, we're looking at some really solid opportunities to look into this trait. We've seen some positive results in our previous trials or previous years, but for 2021, we're going to have stewarded groundbreakers introduction where a few farmers are going to be able to showcase or experience the technology on their farms and really see the benefits of Thrive On technology. And then hopefully we'll get that approval soon, and more growers will be able to experience it as well.
Great. So Travis, where will Thrive On have the most impact?
Yeah, Thrive On's going to have the most impact in those key areas where tarnished plant bugs and thrips are occurring. So you're looking probably around that mid-south Delta region as where the key pests are probably the highest. But they span across the cotton belt as well in a lot of areas. So for those that are interested in Thrive On technology and have tarnished plant bugs or thrip species, I highly recommend you talk to your rep, your Bayer rep, and hopefully we can get some Thrive On technology on your farm soon, or at least have you come take a look at some of our trials as well throughout the 21 season.
Great. So Ryan in Iowa wants to know, Megan, about our soybean traits that we have coming down the pipe. Can you talk a little bit about those?
I sure can. So first, let's take a step back and talk about our past, because we've had a really strong past with our soybean innovations, which started back in 1996 with Roundup Ready soybeans. And then in 2009, we launched Roundup Ready 2-yield soybeans. And as many of you have experienced, in 2016, we launched Roundup Ready 2 soybeans, and you've enjoyed that proven performance. And then here in 2021, we have launched XtendFlex soybeans to introduce you to more flexibility. So let's move on and talk about the future, what our pipeline holds for us. We have an industry-leading soybean pipeline with 4th and 5th generation soybeans coming down. So our 4th generation soybeans are called HT4, and those will add HPPD and 2,4-D tolerances for a total of 5 herbicide tolerances. And we are expected to launch HT4 about mid-decade. And then our 5th generation is HT5, and that will add PPO tolerance for a total of 6 herbicide tolerances. And we're expected to launch around the end of the decade. And Brandy, both of these traits, they're on track and are looking very promising. And we will be also launching additional herbicides for these trait systems moving forward.
Cool, that's a lot of really cool information, Megan. Just wondering here, how long does it take for a biotech trait or a new herbicide to come to the market?
Okay, great question. So from a biotech trait development standpoint, the timeline for a new trait is about 12 to 15 years from discovery to launch. And then for a new herbicide, the timeline is more like 8 to 10 years from the time that we identify the molecule of interest to launch. And here at Bayer, we have ongoing efforts and we're continuing to screen new chemistries to identify potential active ingredients for herbicides.
There's lots going on in the pipeline with Bayer. We have celebrated XtendFlex soybeans launch. We have Smartsex Pro technology, a new cotton trait that Travis touched on, and then everything else that they spoke about with the pipeline. So it feels really good to be a part of Bayer and these innovations that are coming down the pipe. So we're going to go off the cuff here. I have a couple more questions. Megan, this one's for you. Does Bayer have any weed management recommendations for farmers? And if so, where can they find those?
That's a great question. Through our continued education programs, we've really highlighted the importance of starting clean, applying a pre-at planting and post-emergent application with overlapping residuals and multiple modes of action. By doing this, we're targeting those small weeds early and we're preventing seed production. And also, while I have your ear, I'm going to share some information with you about our weed control guarantee, which is Spray Early with Confidence. Spray Early with Confidence weed control guarantee is for Roundup Ready Xtend crop system farmers. And that includes our XtendFlex soybeans. And it's available for farmers who follow the program requirements and those applications that we recommend or that we require within the program. The Spray Early with Confidence program is designed to help farmers create a weed management plan to effectively control weeds and to provide farmers with a weed control guarantee when that weed plan is followed. And I encourage you to reach out to your local Bayer representative to learn about the program, product availability, and then also what your local weed management plan would be. You can also visit our website at roundupreadyxtend.com/spray early to find out all the information about our program.
Cool, awesome. So Travis, I have one for you. We know corn rootworm pressure was really intense this year. So what do you think going into this planting season and this year, what a farmer could experience?
Yeah, prior to 2020, we saw a lull in corn rootworm pressure, and what kind of surprised us a little bit is in 2020 we saw a pretty heavy increase in corn rootworm pressure and kind of caught us off guard a little bit. So for 2021, we're seeing a lot of things or a lot of trends saying that corn rootworm can still be a major issue, and we highly recommend that growers consider a product like Smartsex or in the future Smartsex Pro to put on their farm to help protect against corn rootworm pressure. But definitely go out and scout if you've already made your seed purchase decisions and you're going to stick with a above ground only trait for 2021. Excuse me. But go out and scout, make sure that you're looking at whether you've got corn rootworm pressure or not, and whether it's going to really impact your operation if you need to make some insecticide applications or different things like that. But your best course of action is to scout for 2022 and really advise your seed purchasing decision there with whether you need a Smartsex Pro technology or another trait like VT Double Pro technology. So key here is talk to your local advisor and scout if you can, just to make sure that you're set up for success.
Great. So that's all the time that we have for you today, but we want to thank you for joining us. You're the reason that we innovate, and like you heard today, we have XtendFlex soybeans, Smartsex Pro technology, Thrive On technology, and many other things coming down the pipe. If you have any questions, you can reach us at roundupreadyxtend.com or even traits.bayer.com. And we also have Facebook and Twitter profiles. So join us on social. We talking about Corn Root Room, Travis, we have a really cool campaign coming up, The Watch. So check that out on the social channels if you're on, and we hope you guys have a great day. So thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Megan. You definitely gave us all kinds of reasons to be excited about the future. Don't forget that tomorrow's presentation will start at 12:30 p.m. over on the Commodity Classic website with some more conversations about XtendFlex soybeans, and that's before we come back here to the Bayer stage at 2 p.m. to talk about high yield management with DeKalb and NASGRO, and what's the latest with Bayer Plus rewards. Now, just in case you need any ideas about what to do between those sessions, let me remind you that there will still be a Together We Rise prize package to win, plus a whole day's worth of opportunities to be invited to tomorrow's VIP happy hour. Of course, there's a little matter of making sure you're on the guest list for today's VIP happy hour, so if that hasn't happened yet, you've still got about an hour to get it done. One good way to do that would be to participate in the Bayer Appreciation Project, which commemorates the uniquely intertwined relationship between farmers and the rural communities they call home. Participating is as easy as sharing one of your favorite photos from your smartphone. It can be a shot from harvest time, planting season, the holidays, you decide. It can even be a family photo or a freshly taken selfie. Once you've picked your image, share, and all you have to do is submit it, along with your name to the appreciation mosaic being made with all the photos shared by farmers just like you. When you're finished, be sure to visit the information dashboard because it's very likely you'll have completed both of the steps necessary to become eligible to win the Together We Rise prize package. Well, that should just about do it for this afternoon. Next time we're together, it will be a little more festive atmosphere, sort of, because it'll be time for VIP Happy Hour number 1. So come as you are, even if that means you're still wearing your pajamas. No judgment. That's one good thing about the experience being virtual. And get ready to spend some time with the platinum-selling country music legend. There will be autographs for the first 100 who attend, and afterwards you may even get to ask a question or two. With more than 20 #1 singles to his credit. There's one event you won't want to be late for, trust me, because it's going to be getting underway at 5 p.m. sharp.